What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for a surprise video here for you guys this afternoon, talking about Black Ops 6, the new beta dates, and some other announcements from Call of Duty. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like. With that being said, we got plenty of brand new article coverage going up on dkdynamite.com. For those that want to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty, got you covered with all new articles about Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, the upcoming Season 5 announcement, and even more. As a reminder as well, there are those brand new Deadshot daiquiri control freaks available and linked down below. You can use code Dynamite to save 10% off any order on Control Freak, including for those amazing looking collector's edition thumbsticks. Yes, you get an actual Deadshot can in the box and a code for a free in-game charm. But earlier today, I posted my surprise announcement over on Twitter because this morning I was surprised to see a crazy big package at the door, an invite to the Black Ops 6 COD Next event. As you will see, they sent a big American democracy book. The first page could be sprayed with water to reveal a secret message, as I'll show you in a second. And we also have a big replica of the Cerberus logo, as you can see right here on my desk. It is absolutely massive. I actually have a storyline focused video I'm going to record in the other room. I'll probably post that video at some point tomorrow. And in that video, we'll dive a little bit deeper into this big book that they actually sent out. But what a cool invite for a Call of Duty event, as you can see there. But what's awesome is that upon spraying that first page with water, it will actually reveal the location of where this event is going to be. It's going to be in Washington, D.C. this year, which is crazy. The first two COD Next events did take place in L.A., so they switched it up a little bit, which I think is awesome to also fit the theme of the game and what Black Ops 6 is all about. I'm again incredibly thankful for this opportunity. Thank you to the amazing team over at Call of Duty and Activision for keeping me in mind. It was awesome to attend the first two events, and the second one, which was the MW3 COD Next, was crazier than the first one, which I didn't think was even possible. So I can't even imagine what they're going to do in DC for an event for Black Ops 6. I mean, I was talking about this at the first COD Next during MW2. I'm like, how much bigger could they make an event like this for a Black Ops game, especially when zombies is in the mix? I'm super excited about what they're going to do here. But yeah, as you can see, it says The Truth Lies, and then August 28th, Washington, D.C. Super excited about this. We'll take a look at this book yet again in my story video tomorrow. Now, things are about to get crazy, folks. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications on, because there's going to be a lot of information about Black Ops 6 that I'm sure is going to be revealed before COD Next. But yeah, look how big this thing is. Can't even fully show it in frame here on camera. But with that, Call of Duty then announced the first episode of the official Call of Duty podcast. We'll have to do a Call of Duty X Bombshell episode at some point. I'm just kidding. But no, that actually would be pretty damn cool. So it's great to see more and more podcasts in the Call of Duty community. I think it's great. It's healthy, having long form discussions about some of the things that are working, some of the things that aren't working. That's really important, on top of podcasts like these that could provide us with additional marketing for Black Ops 6 or other Call of Duties out there. So let's first start off with this timestamp that I was sent. So apparently this is going to be something in regards to Season 5 for MW3. I think it's great to kind of slip that into the end of this episode, but take a listen.
We're bringing cell shading.
Whoa.
Variants of these maps, which feels absolutely bananas for me. It's
gonna be wild.
Cell shaded maps.
I loved the Skid Row variant, Overgrowth.
Overgrowth.
I loved that because it just made the map so much more beautiful.
Well, it's like something you know and love, but just like kind of feeling like a different setting and kind of getting into that,
it's a fresh
that world
look of paint.
a little bit.
So that's confirmation that in Season 5, we're going to be seeing 3 cell-shaded map variants, as reported over on Detonated. Rust will become Tunic Side? Probably said that wrong there. Shipment will be Cell Ship, and Stash House will be Ink House. So 3 cell-shaded maps. It's unclear if these will all be available at launch. We're expecting the marketing for Season 5 to begin probably this Wednesday, an exact week before the start of the 5th season of content. Of course, we got a recap on dkdynamite.com with everything we know so far about Season 5. Coincidentally, we actually know the least about this season compared to like any previous season of Modern Warfare 3 and maybe even Modern Warfare 2. But of course, got a concept art roadmap there online with all the rumored content that we know about. As far as new multiplayer maps do go, we really don't know what the maps are. Is it possible that for some reason we don't get too many new original maps in the 5th season, and then we just end up seeing cell-shaded maps, map remixes, stuff for Vortex? Is that possible? I think it certainly is possible, because I think August and a majority of September is going to really be busy with Black Ops 6. I know the Haunting, if there is one for MW3, would be probably mid-September if a Season 6 does begin at around that time. So Season 5 could just be a bit of an off season as things do ramp up for Black Ops 6 marketing, COD Next, and then of course the beta. Perfect segue actually, because during this podcast towards the end, they actually went ahead and revealed the beta dates for Black Ops 6. Now, they are a bit different from the previously leaked ones that popped up from Game UK. So we first up have the early access period from August 30th to September 4th. What's really funny about this is, I believe it was earlier this morning, about late afternoon, the Xbox website actually went ahead and revealed these new beta dates, and the Game UK leak previously had suggested that supposedly the beta itself was going to start the same day as COD Next. That would have been a little unconventional considering for the previous 2 years when we had COD Next events, the beta didn't begin until an exact day after COD Next. Gave some creators time to fly home and gave everybody time to breathe and absorb all the marketing from Next about 24 hours before the actual beta would begin, first on PlayStation and in early access form. This time we're getting what looks like a 2-day gap from COD Next to the beta itself. So COD Next will be on the 28th of August and the multiplayer beta will start in early access on the 30th, so about 2 days later. So with that in mind, that's of course going to be early access for those that have gone ahead and pre-ordered the game, or for those that are subscribed to a legible Game Pass subscription. So if you do either of those two things, you'll be able to play from August 30th to September 4th. Obviously, there'll be code giveaways probably during the COD Next live stream. Some content creators may even receive codes to give away. I know I had quite a few in previous years that I gave away live on stream fairly through like a raffle. So that's early access, right? If you do not have early access to Black Ops 6 or the multiplayer beta, then there will be an open beta also on all platforms, September 6th to September the 9th. So there'll be about a 2-day gap from early access to the open beta. It's almost like a week-long beta period, to be honest with you, just a very short gap in between those dates there. But yeah, for those that do not pre-order and do not subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, you can then go ahead and play the beta on the platform of your choice from these days for free. So just to make things clear, this is the first multiplayer beta in Call of Duty history that doesn't have a console exclusive weekend, because typically what you see is weekend 1 is for PlayStation. For those that pre-ordered, you get about 2 days. Then for those that didn't pre-order, you get the other 2 days, and then gap it by a week, and then the following weekend you will go ahead and get the cross-platform beta, so to speak, where people on Xbox and PC get their early access window, and then it's just open for everybody for the rest of that weekend. So that's typically how a beta has been ran. It's going to be different this year, which I find pretty interesting, but if you look at, let's say, the combat pack trailers that we've been getting from Modern Warfare 3, we know that this Call of Duty is the last one to have console exclusivity of any sort, and nothing major has really been added to just PlayStation for MW3, but for all these combat packs, ooh, that's really loud, I apologize. For everything that's been added combat pack wise for MW2 and 3, we had to wait until the very end of the game's life cycle to get that content on Xbox and PC. So in this case, November 9th, 2024, which is after BO6's launch date, that's when all these combat packs should then become available on Xbox and PC. But I think what's really interesting about Black Ops 6 in particular, or just the PlayStation deal as it stands, is that the rumor stands right now that Modern Warfare 3 is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass starting later this month. I'll pull up that tweet right now so you guys can see. So if that is the case, I find that interesting because did they find a way to go ahead and kind of break out of the contract early for this game? So could that mean combat packs also drop on Xbox and PC before November 9th? I'm wondering what happened there, but could just be a separate deal entirely with Xbox Game Pass. But apparently, yeah, MW3 will become quote-unquote free to play on Game Pass if you are subscribed, of course, to a legible tier. So that's something that's really interesting because this will be the second Call of Duty next to Black Ops 6 that we know for sure is coming to the Xbox Game Pass library. Now, circling back to the beta for a second, I just want to say, for those that are curious about a possible preload date or any other download type information, that's likely going to get revealed at around the time of COD Next, probably the week of. We typically get a blog post detailing what maps are going to be available in the beta, the weapons, and just everything you'll be able to experience during the limited play session. So they'll likely end up talking about that a couple days before Next. And then I want to say the day of COD Next or the day after, so the 29th of August, that could be when the preload starts popping up early for every platform out there, which is of course a franchise first. We've never seen a beta go live on every platform at once because of the console exclusivity deal that we've seen over the years, but that should be around the time when we end up seeing the download pop up. Could even be sooner than that, hopefully not to avoid any type of leaks, but that should be what's going on here with Black Ops 6 multiplayer. But yeah, I'm sure I'll get a comment about this. I'm sure you'll end up seeing maybe a COD HQ overhaul right around the time the beta rolls around, or they'll just save that for the full launch of the game. But either way, you'll end up seeing a beta pop up somewhere in the current COD HQ launcher. Now, I mentioned this in previous videos before, but Detonated is going through a bit of a makeover, and you'll be seeing some other UI overhauls over the course of this summer. Really excited about some upcoming announcements that we do have in store, but we also have a search bar now. But kind of circling back to that beta article from early June, of course, Game UK suggested that early access would be from August 28th, September 3rd. That is now out of date information, just to clarify that for everybody out there that might be confused about that original leak from Game UK. That store clearly didn't have the correct dates or had dates that have since been changed for whatever reason. But yeah, with all that in mind, we'll be putting out some more detonated tweets as to what other important details get shared during the Call of Duty podcast. I think typically what I'm gonna do is probably stream a full reaction listening to it. Today's kind of been all over the place, so didn't get a chance to do that. But apparently during the podcast, they did confirm that you're gonna see people playing zombies live at COD Next, which is of course very different from how the event was handled last year with Modern Warfare 3. Last year they just announced MW3 Zombies, but didn't let anybody play it, so to speak, while live streaming. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. It's Monday. It's off to a crazy start for the week, but yeah, I went ahead and announced the COD Next invite, which I'm really thankful about. Went ahead and got some new information from the Call of Duty podcast, and now the correct beta dates. Leave our thoughts down below on all that. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.